Ma'am, your mic is off.
Okay. Slides are visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we started with that Z transform ROC, finding the ROC of the Z transform of the signals. Last class we have seen it for the infinite duration signals. Earlier we have seen it for the finite duration, and in the last class we have seen it for the infinite duration. So three types of signals, that is right-sided causal or causal signal, left-sided anti-causal signal, or two-sided non-causal signals. So for the right-sided signal, the region of convergence lies outside the circle with radius r1. Okay, so that is why z value should be greater than r1. To find the Z transform will exist for the signals with Z values greater than R1 in the Z plane. And for the left-sided signal, the region of convergence came inside the circle with radius R2. So Z value should have values in the Z plane which is existing, which is there inside the circle with radius R2. And two-sided signals, non-causal signals. So there it forms a disk. Disk in the sense we have left-sided signal and the right-sided signal. So we know the right-sided signal, the region of convergence will be greater than the radius. Okay. So let R1 is that right-sided signal. So region of convergence will be greater than R1, and we know for left-sided signal it will be less than the radius. So let R2 be the radius of the left-sided signal. So ROC will exist in the region greater than R1 and less than R2. So that common region will form like a disk in the Z plane. So Z values coming inside this range, for those we can find the Z transform. So this concept, it should be clear in your mind. Mainly these three, that is infinite duration signals, Z transform we require for further analysis. So this should be there in your mind, that for right-sided signal always it will be outside the circle, and for left-sided signal it will be inside the circle, and if the signal exists on both sides then it will form a disk. Okay, so for, the ROC for right sided will be greater than the lowest radius, and for left sided it will be less than the highest radius. So there it will form a common region. So there the region of convergence. So this should be there in your mind while solving the numericals further. So this also yesterday we have seen how to find the region of convergence and Z transform for a sequence a raised to n, which is there on the right hand side. So we have solved it also, and we found it that the Z should be greater than a. Since the series is a raised to n, so the radius will be having magnitude a. Okay, and Z transform for that signal a raised to n is Z upon Z minus a. And in the next we will come to the left-sided sequence. Okay, it is given a left-sided sequence is given to you, that is x of n equal to minus a raised to n u of minus n minus 1. Okay, so before seeing the diagram you can just analyze that question, that is your series is a raised to n, anyway it is existing up to infinity. Now the magnitude is minus of a raised to n. Okay, So it will exist on the negative y-axis. Okay, since magnitude is negative, the signal magnitude is negative, it will exist on the negative y-axis. So that is why you can see the signal is downwards. Okay, now the next one is u of minus n minus 1. Can anyone tell about that? Can you understood what is u of minus n minus 1? We already know what is u of n. So let me ask one second. If the concept is clear, then only we can go further. Yashwant, Patel Yashwant, Patel Yashwant.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell what is u of n? What type of signal it is? U of n. If you know, then only you answer. Otherwise, I'll ask next. If you didn't know, don't know.
Sorry, ma'am, I don't know, ma'am.
You don't know. So let me ask Sanjana. Can you define the signal u of n, or whether what you understood by the signal u of n?
It will be a unit step, ma'am. Unit step function, U of n.
That you understood, it is a unit step function existing in which axis, positive side of time axis or negative side of time axis?
Positive side, ma'am.
Positive side. Now you have studied the folding or time reversal of the signal. Basic operations on the signal you have studied in the first chapter, isn't it? Time reversal of the signal, u of t. If I do the time reversal, it will be u of minus t. Or folding of the signal. Do you remember it, Yashwant?
Yes,
Time
ma'am.
reversal. So if I do u of minus n, so what is that? You know u of n is positive sided step signal. If I do folding of the signal or time reversal of the signal, u of minus 1, if I negate it on the time axis, n is the time axis. So u of minus n means what?
It
How
will
does
be
it
on
work?
the negative side of the
Negative
axis.
side extending up to infinity. That is correct? Okay. Now, what will be then u of minus n minus 1? That is shifting. Minus
On negative side, it will be shifted by 1.
1. So, that is the signal here. Okay. So, we have magnitude minus a raised to n. So, the magnitude will be negative. And now the signal u of n, you know it is a positive sided step signal. If I do u of minus n, it will be minus n, it will be negative sided signal. Now if I delay minus 1, so it will get delayed by. So you can see in the diagram, the signal I have represented it here. So you can see the magnitude is on the y-axis and the signal starts not from the origin. It starts at a later time. Okay, at 1 only the first sample of the sequence is starting. Okay, so that way you have to apply the what you have learned in the first chapter also, because in this chapter you require what we have learned in the first chapter, that will be carry forward here. So you should know the all the basic operations, because the signal first you should know what type of signal it is. Okay, then only you can do the all the manipulations on that. So now let us find the Z transform for the signal. X of Z is equal to minus of, I took the minus outside. Okay, Z transform equation we know it is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity, a raised to x of n, u of n. X of n into z raised to minus n. What is your x of n? X of n is minus a raised to n, u of minus n minus 1. So substituting that here, just I took the minus outside. Okay, I took the minus outside, rest I kept inside the summation series. Now, next step is, can anyone tell what is happening in the next step? what is happening in the next step? Can anyone interpret and tell what is happening in the next step? How this has changed to the a raised to n z raised to minus n?
Instead of u, we change the limits
Yes. Instead of
from
you
minus
representing,
infinity to -1.
yes,
Yeah.
correct. Absolutely correct. So instead of representing the shifting in the step signal, here I change the limit. So n equal to from minus infinity to -1, a raised to n, z raised to minus n. Okay, directly I have represented the shifting in the limit only. Now one more thing I have to do, because we have to apply the general formula for the geometric sum series, finite geometric sum. For that again we have to do some changes in the should normally exist from 0 to n equal to.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, your voice is too low.
What about now? Still low?
It's still low, ma'am.
What about now? Just increase.
It's still low, ma'am.
Am I audible now? Am I audible?
No, ma'am. The voice is still low.
Now it will be better, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
So have changed from minus infinity to minus 1, a raised to n, z raised to minus n. Negative have taken outside that. Step, what I am doing is interchanging the limit. Okay, I will interchange the limit, that is I will change the from n equal to 1 to infinity. So inside the summation their power also will change. A raised to n will change to a raised to minus n, z raised to minus n will change to z raised to n. Okay, now one more step is required, because to apply the formula we need the limits from n equal to 0 to infinity. So we have to do some changes in the this term in one more step also. So what I will do, we know z raised to 0, because z raised to 0 is 1 only. So that is the term at the origin. So that I can add here. So what I will do here, I will add 1, and now I am going to change the limit here. So n equal to 0 to infinity. So n equal to 0 to infinity, I have added a 1 here. So it will, I'm in the limits also I'm changing, and I am adding a 1 here also. So both will get nullified here. So it will be 1 minus summation n equal to 0 to infinity a raised to minus n z raised to n. Now I can apply the formula of geometric series. So it will be A inverse Z will come. So it will be A inverse Z should be, let's see, is your A inverse Z, because this A raised to minus n Z raised to n can be written as A inverse into Z whole to the power n. So your C will be A inverse Z. So A inverse Z should be less than 1, or Z should be less than A. Now if I apply that in that the whole formula of Z transform, so you are substituting for that, that is 1 minus 1 upon 1 minus A inverse Z, so which will be equal to Z upon Z minus A. So you got the region of convergence as Z should be less than A, and the Z transform as Z upon Z minus A. So this is the Z transform and the region of convergence of the left-sided sequence minus a raised to n u of minus n minus 1. So if I plot it here, the region of convergence lie inside the circle. Okay. Should I have to repeat the step again? So once again I will repeat those who have not understood. So for the negative sided sequence, from the question we can see the magnitude is also negative, and the signal is also on the left hand side. Also it is shifted by a time interval of 1. So first I took the negative outside. Next step, I changed the limits. The signal shifting of the signal I indicated in the limits only, minus infinity to minus 1. Instead of 0, it is starting from minus 1. So n equal to minus infinity to minus 1, a raised to n, z raised to minus n. Now I interchanged the limits. So instead of minus infinity to minus 1, I change it to now 1 to infinity. So inside the terms a and z, their power also will change to a raised to minus n, z raised to n. Next is I will make the limits starting from 0. As per the general formula, we need the limits from 0 to infinity. So what I will do, I will make the changes in the limit, as well as I will add a 1 here, because z raised to 0 is 1 only. So that I will add, and I will make the changes in the limit also. So it will be 1 minus summation n equal to 0 to infinity a raised to minus n, z raised to n. Now I can apply the formula, that is your formula for the infinite geometric sum series. That is what is the series? Summation n equal to 0 to infinity a inverse z whole raised to n, where your c will be a inverse z. So as per the expansion of that series, it will be, the expansion is 1 upon 1 minus c. So 1 upon 1 minus a inverse z. So that is and substituting that in the equation of x of z, already 1 is existing, so 1 minus 1 upon 1 minus a inverse z. So your equation will be z upon z minus a, or z should be less than a. How you got z less than a? Because while we expand the series using the formula, the condition to be maintained is the C value should lie in the range of 0 less than C less than 1. Okay, so your C here it is A inverse Z. So A inverse Z should be less than 1, or Z should be less than A. Okay, so while plotting in the finally after doing if the region of convergence of the signal is asked, not only writing the region of convergence, you have better plot it also, then only your answer will be totally correct. So you have to plot the z plane, you have to plot the circle in the z plane and mark the region of convergence. You hatch it inside the circle. Now we can represent the z transform as a rational function. So rational function will have a numerator and a denominator, p of z and q of z, where p of z and q of z are the polynomial in terms of z. Okay, so while we transform the signal into the z plane, already I told it will transform, we will get in terms of some algebraic equations in terms of z. So the z transform may contain a numerator and the denominator, or it can be a rational function. We can represent the x of z in the terms of a rational function with numerator p of z and the denominator q of z. So p of z, the numerator will contain the zeros, and the q of z, the denominator, will contain the poles. Okay, so how to find the zeros of the numerator? Equate x of z to 0. So that will give you the zeros of the function, and poles is by equating x of z to infinity. So let us see few z transformed functions and take up that function, and just we will analyze the region of convergence. Okay, so let us take our right sided sequence again, that is x of n equal to a raised to n u of n. Now what is the region of convergence? We already found out it is region of convergence is z should be greater than a. Okay, and what is the z transform for this function? It is z upon z minus a. Now while we plot it on the z plane, where we will mark the zeros, how we indicate zeros in the form of a small circle, and poles we will indicate in the form of a cross. So z should be greater than a, so let the zeros indicated by circle and the poles is indicated by the cross. So in this equation, numerator contains the zeros and the denominator contains the poles. So on the numerator only one term is there, z. So z equal to, if you get to 0, it will be, the zeros will be at the origin, and at the numerator z minus a. So your z value will be equal to a. So mark the poles which is at the position a, and mark the zeros which is at the position origin. Okay, so your region of convergence now lies outside the circle with radius a. Okay, so earlier we have seen only with respect to the circle with radius a, that way we have defined. Now we are adding one more thing. A is nothing but the poles of the function. A is the pole of the function. So you can see the pole lie in the on the circle with radius a. So ROC is bounded by the pole and is the exterior of a circle. Okay, so I have mentioned here the ROC is bounded by the pole and is the exterior of the circle. Now let us go to the left-sided sequence which we have analyzed just now. So for that we found out the x of z is z upon z minus a, and z should be less than a. Now if I plot it on the plane, the zeros will be again zeros of the rational function x of z is again at the origin only, and what are the poles? Poles is again a only. Now the difference here, while I'll mention the region of convergence, is that it is lying inside the circle with radius a. Still the pole is, the ROC is bounded by the pole, even if it is left sided or right sided. ROC lies on the circle, the pole lies on the circle only. So here ROC is bounded by the pole, but it is inside the interior of a circle. Now let us take both cases, that is sum of two right-sided sequence. Okay, to not the left and the right, here we are taking both signals are right-sided sequence. So let us take a function x of n with half raised to n u of n plus minus 1 by 3 raised to n u of n. So from the term you can see both are u of n, that means both series are right-sided sequence only. So if I write it in the form of rational function p of z by q of z, if you expand it, you will get it like this. That steps I am skipping, just I am writing it as z upon z minus half plus z upon z plus 1 by 3. That you can do and see how it came to this. Okay, z upon z minus a divide plus z upon z minus a. Okay, so minus of minus will become plus. So that is how it came, z minus half and z plus 1 by 3. Now, how many zeros will be there in this function? How many zeros will be there in this function?
2.
2 zeros will be. Okay, so let us plot it. So we have 2 zeros. One is there at the origin. The next zero is at 1 by 12. Okay. Now again here we have two poles, one at half and one at minus 1 by 3. Okay. So two poles and two zeros will be existing because we have two signals. Both are right-sided positive, right-sided signals. So now when I draw the region of convergence, okay, how you define we have two circles coming, okay, two right-sided signal. We know that for a right-sided signal, the region of convergence lies inside the circle or outside the circle. Can anyone tell for a right-sided signal whether the region of convergence lies outside the circle or inside the circle?
Outside.
Outside the circle. Okay. So it can be, two cases are there. We have two circles here. It can be outside 1 by 3 with a red circle with radius 1 by 3, or it can be outside the circle with radius 1 by 2. But we have taken the circle with highest radius because our exterior is the region of convergence. So we have taken the circle with highest radius, or I can tell here also, I can tell the region of convergence is bounded by the pole and is the exterior of the circle. So in the region of convergence, there will not be any pole existing. It will be there only on that boundary of the circle, but it will not be contained inside the region of convergence. Okay. Yes. Any doubt?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, Divya ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, attendance link is posted, ma'am.
Okay. All of you fill the attendance.